what's up? I'm actually, truth be told, I'm re-recording this video because the first one was so long and I'm trying to provide as much information in these videos for you guys without them being so long. It's a lot of information, so this video is probably still going to be long, but I'm going to attempt to try and shorten the video. So in today's video, I will be talking to you guys about Mercer's program. I will be giving you the full and complete breakdown of the program to the best of my ability. That does not mean that if you have questions, you cannot still ask them to me. Please ask them to me. You can always leave them in the comments below or ask me them on Instagram. So the structure of this video will be that I will explain to you what the program is. I will explain the admissions process, and then I will talk a little bit about tuition, and then some frequently asked questions for you guys. I am going to try to do this as quickly as I possibly can. The last video was like 30 minutes and I hadn't even gotten to the tuition portion of it. So without further ado, let's start. Mercer's program is a full 12-month, 1-year program. It is broken down into three semesters that are 2 sessions each. So you have semester 1, session 1, and session 2, and then semester 2 and semester 3, and they're all broken down like that. So you have one session and then a second session. The courses you take in your first session of the program of the semester are finished. Once you're done with that 7.5 weeks, you're done with those courses. You receive your grade and you move on to session 2. Each of the sessions are 7.5 weeks, so the semester is a 15-week semester, which is a typical semester, just broken down into sessions. Which within each session, you take anywhere from 2 to 3 courses. I don't think we've taken any more than that. You will also take their clinical or their lab component that goes along with each course. So, semester 1, session 1, the clinical component or lab component that goes with that is fundamentals and health assessment. In fundamentals, you learn pretty much what the nurse does. You will learn a lot of things that you would learn if you've ever taken a CNA course. You kind of learn a lot of those skills again. You're going to learn how to take blood pressure, pulse, how do we properly clean things, aseptic techniques, sterile techniques, all that type of stuff. In health assessment, you learn how to assess your patient, which is the most important part of nursing. I think is properly being able to assess your patient. So you will learn how to do a full head to toe assessment, focused assessments, and in that session, you will go to the hospital for health assessment and be able to further practice those skills on real patients. In semester 1, session 2, you do population health and mental health. Someone's moving a chair, I'm sorry. For population health, we went to a hospice center. I thought that was extremely important because you're with patients and their families at their most vulnerable state. It is a very humbling experience, so, just go in there with the attitude of, I'm going to help people, I'm going to learn as much as I can, soak it all in. You also do mental health, which will be done at an inpatient mental health center. I am not sure specifically which mental health center you will go to. It will be somewhere within the Wellstar Health System, not sure which one. In semester 2, session 1, you do your first adult health clinical. You will learn a lot in this clinical because you get to do a lot more skills. It is the first time that you are able to pass meds, and you are able to give injections, but you can't do IV meds and stuff like that yet. And then in semester 2, session 2, on the Mercer website, it says that your only clinical is peds. When I was in the program, we did a peds clinical and an OB clinical. So I don't know, but that's what it says on the website. That may be an error, but just wanted to let y'all know that. In semester 3, session 1, you do your second adult health clinical. At this point, you have, permission to pretty much do everything. You get to push medications, which is really fun and cool. You feel very nursey in this clinical. You're also a senior, so you're able to critically think. You're able to look at the full picture instead of just the task at hand. So it's a very cool clinical. In semester 3, session 2, you do your practicum. this is, the way that it worked for us is that we were given choices to pick from and pick our top 3, one being the one we wanted the most. And then we were assigned some. I don't know exactly how it works on the back end, but they give you what they can based on what they have. My practicum experience, as y'all know, was very different because that was pretty much the height of the coronavirus pandemic, so we were not allowed to go into the hospitals. But we're going to pray that that is not the case for you, so you will actually get to go into your practicum. You kind of get to, take on the role as a nurse and care for people that way like you will in the real world, but you still get to do so in a safe environment because you have a support system and you can ask questions, and no one expects you to have all the answers. I think even when you're a nurse, no one expects you to have all the answers. So that is the clinical side of the courses and kind of the breakdown of your semesters. So the ABSN program has its own separate campus location. So a lot of people get it confused with the Atlanta campus, which is the Mercer graduate campus. It is not on that campus. That is where the traditional nursing program is. The accelerated nursing program has a campus in Cobb County. It is in a business building. Mercer has a floor in the building, and that is where you will report. That is your campus as an accelerated student. A lot of people ask me where to live if they are moving to Georgia or relocating for the program. My personal, suggestion would be anywhere in Cobb County will be sufficient. Vinings will probably be, the Vining, Smyrna area would probably be the best area to live in because you are within close proximity to the campus as well as the majority of hospitals that you will go to. I think it's maybe 20 minutes to the, hospital that you would be assigned to. So that would be my suggestion if you're moving to Atlanta. The program is housed, your didactic learning is housed on Canvas. Canvas is like Blackboard or D2L or Brightspace or whatever learning interface that you used at another university. You have modules that you will log into. Your module will tell you your reading that you need to complete, quizzes, discussions, all of that. Every course has a course schedule. So what I did at the beginning of my courses was I always downloaded my course schedule and my syllabus because that told me everything that I needed to know about that specific course, when things were due, so I could then plan accordingly. Another thing that people ask me about in this program is can you work, and what is a typical day for you? I will address the can you work question at the end of the video in the frequently asked questions, but what is a typical day question is kind of hard to answer because what a typical day is for me may not be what a typical day is for you. So what I did, especially when I was starting out in this program, is I would go to a coffee shop, the library, or a friend's house that was also in the program, and we would study from 10 o'clock or 10, 12-ish to 8 o'clock at night. Doing so allowed us to immerse ourselves in the information so that we were constantly learning because nobody's on you. No one's forcing you to do anything. You don't have to be online for a certain amount of hours, nothing like that. I do also want to add in there that there are not online lectures. There's not recorded lectures that you are gonna go to that's going to teach you this information. There's not a webcam series that you have to, log into and get your attendance. There's nothing like that. For the most part, your textbooks are online and your learning system is online. So for the most part, you are teaching yourself this information, reading it, learning it, doing whatever you have to do to make sure that you know the information, and then you have your faculty there to answer any questions and help facilitate that learning. But they are not actually teaching you. There are no lectures. No one is saying, in today's lecture, you're gonna learn. No, that does not happen. You read your module and it says, what we want you to be able to successfully do are X, Y, and Z. And you get your module outcomes, you get your reading assignment, and that is what you are required to know, but no one is forcing it on you. So you can be on the computer for 2 hours and say, I'm done, that's it, that's all I need. Or you can be on the computer for 12 hours. Again, no one's forcing you. So that's pretty much like an overview of the program. So if you listen to all that and you're like, yeah, I want to be in Mercer's program, then we have the admissions process. So Mercer's accelerated program admits 3 times a year, May, August, and January. So summer, fall, and spring. I think the May cohort is the best time to start because you get like a Christmas break right before your final semester, and then it feels like you get a summer but when you graduate. So that's why I think that. But you know, you have to decide what's best for you. So complete your prerequisites, which are anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, microbiology with lab, abnormal psych, statistics, pathophysiology, nutrition, human growth and development across the lifespan, and a religion course. If you didn't go to a Christian school, typically there's another course that they can use to satisfy that requirement. So just make sure you're talking to your admissions advisors. And you want to make sure that your prerequisite courses are taken within 5 years. I believe that's for the science courses, the 5-year time limit, but I'm not sure. But make sure your prereqs are taken within 5 years. Make sure you take your prerequisites seriously and that you try to get as many A's as possible in your prerequisite courses. If your overall GPA isn't looking that healthy, but your prerequisite GPA is super healthy, that is a benefit to you. So if you have an overall GPA from your last degree of a 3.0, but your prerequisite GPA is a 3.5, that looks great. So don't count yourself out. Talk to your admissions advisor because they are there to help you and they will give you the most accurate information. You also have to take the TEAS exam. Mercer requires you to get a 76 on the TEAS. I personally say get an 80 or above on the TEAS, just because you don't want to make the minimum requirements. I feel like having an 80 or above is pretty healthy. Me personally, didn't study for the TEAS at all, didn't even crack open a TEAS book. I just woke up the morning and went to go take it. I think I made an 83 or an 82, something. But that is, looks really good. So I would say aim for an 80 or higher. Mercer says if you have a 76 or above, you're good. So take that the way you want to take it. You also have to send them all of your transcripts from all universities or colleges that you've attended. You have to submit a resume. Don't submit a dusty resume. Like, take the time to make your resume look good and, set you apart from other people. Tell them about the extracurriculars that you were involved in, the volunteer experience. Like, tell them that stuff. And then you have to submit an essay. I believe your essay has to be 1 page typed. And that is your time to also really shine. All you're presenting to these people are paper after paper after paper after paper. So you want to make sure that when they read your papers, that they can connect to it or, tell a lot about you by that essay or resume or whatever it is that you're submitting. So set yourself apart. Okay, so yeah, if English is not your first language, I believe you have to take the test of English as a foreign language, and you have to do successful on that as well. And then tuition in this program, according to Mercer's website, tuition is $59,850 and $60,000. And that only will include your tuition. So you pay that much money only to attend the school and take your courses. You pay your money, I think the way that it breaks down is it's 20-something thousand a semester. So you pretty much pay each semester that you're in the program, because the way that it works is financial aid and whatever else, they don't disperse your funds. I don't know that you can pay for the entire program up front. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't have that, so couldn't do that. But you pay once in summer, so it's $20,000 for summer. Then you'll pay in the fall $20,000, and then you'll pay again in the spring, and that's $20,000. So you pay each semester for the program. That only includes your tuition. So I say that to say that doesn't include your room and board. That won't include your travel, your lunch money, your books, your nurse pack, your gear, your uniform. It doesn't include any of that. It literally only includes your tuition. So paying that money says so-and-so can attend now because they've paid to attend. You still need other things. So don't think, oh, okay, I can get a $60,000 loan and I'm set. You're not. So just keep that in mind. I will also make a separate video regarding finances and how to pay for this program and different, resources that you can use for paying for this program. So that'll be the next video. So in this video, the last thing that I want to cover is some frequently asked questions. I just picked 3 frequently asked questions to answer. One of the questions that I always get is, where did you take your prereqs? So the smartest thing that you can do, that I think that you can do as a student to not have to come out of pocket, unless you have the money, smartest thing you can do is pay, not take out any loans, whatever. But if you don't have the money to pay for your prerequisites, the smartest thing that you can do, and what I did, is I took the majority of my prerequisites in my first degree. So I knew that I wanted to go to nursing school when I graduated, when I graduated with my first degree. So I was taking a lot of nursing prereqs in that degree. That way, financial aid will give you the money to, take both your courses for your degree and those prerequisite courses, because they don't know what you're taking the money for. They're just saying, okay, so-and-so is working towards a degree. We'll give them money. Here's what the money, do what you want with that money. So that's what I did. That saved me a lot of money, because when you go back to take your prerequisites, you're not degree seeking, so you can't get financial aid. You have to pay for that with loans or out of pocket, which wasn't really an option for me. So I tried to take as many prerequisites as I could within my degree. I did take prerequisites at Rio Salado, which they were 100% online. I believe the school is based in Arizona, and the tuition was pretty cheap. I think I took 3 courses there for $2,100. So that wasn't too bad. I did have to come out of pocket for that, but that's much better than having to take all of my prereqs and come out of pocket. So Rio Salado is where I took mine, but you can take them anywhere. Most technical colleges, universities will allow you to just go and take courses. But be smart, because you have a lot of money to spend on your degree, so don't spend it all on prereqs. It doesn't matter where you take them, as long as Mercer will recognize them. So ask your admissions counselor, hey, I'm going to take them at this school. Will y'all accept those courses? Yes, no, then you know how to proceed. Can I work in this program? All right, I'm going to be fully transparent with you guys. I worked while I was in this program, but I substituted, I was a substitute teacher. So I was able to pick the days that I would work. I substituted at a high school. It was a lot easier dealing with high school students. I pretty much told them what my expectations were. So I was able to get reading done on my laptop, or do assignments on my computer, because I wasn't having to with elementary and middle school kids, it's more I see you, you see me, we see each other. With high school kids, it was a lot easier. So I was able to do my work, which is why I did it. I also tutored math, and that, I made my own schedule. Again, I didn't tutor more than 2 hours a day. So I had 2 students in one day, and that was pretty much the max. I think I did 3 students in one day, but that was 1 day a week. But normally I would do 2-hour tutor days, and I would spread them across the week. So again, it kind of you can work, because no one's going to tell you that you can't, but it is hard. In my final semester, which if y'all watch my last video, you know that I got sick. I had to stop working because I just no longer had the energy, but I was working before that and doing fine in the program. So it's, again, up to you. If you're able to not work though, don't work. Just don't do it. Just, if you have a lifestyle that will allow you to not work, don't work. And then another question that I get all the time is, are the teachers good? I guess you can't rate my professor these teachers, because we were the first program. So I guess you can't really look it up. But again, I say that there are no teachers. There are facilitators, and you have faculty that will help you, make the connections between what you read and what you're learning. But no one is actually teaching you this information. So I feel like it's a hard question to answer. We had really good faculty. I think that we had some really good faculty that, were really helpful, and they wanted to see you succeed. And I think that helped enhance my experience. You also had some faculty members that were like, I'm here if you'll need me, but if you're not asking questions, I'm not gonna chase you down either. So, with any school, there's people that are gonna go above and beyond, and there's people that are gonna do what is required of them, and there's people that are gonna do like the bare minimum. We didn't have a lot of bare minimum people, I will say that, but you don't have anyone teaching. That's the tricky thing about answering this question, is because you are the teacher. So are you a good teacher? Is really what the question is. So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video because I don't want it to be too long. Again, as always, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, you can message me on Instagram and I will get back to you. In my next video, I will be discussing finances, but if you guys have any videos that you will like me to make, leave them down below and I will make them. Thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the information in this video, thought that it was helpful. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Send this video to a friend, share my link, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.